you look at the camera there and say your first and last name and where you're from.
Grant Van Horn from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
All right, and we're doing 5 laps today in 458 Italia with Buddy. Happy birthday. I know it's a little late, but happy birthday. And with your foot on the brake, pull back once on your upshift. And I should say first.
Yep.
Now, does that say auto under the 1 up there?
Yeah.
Is that gone?
Yep.
Okay. And we're good to go. We're going to pull straight out and out the center of the tent there to the left. What kind of car are you driving home?
I have a V6 Camaro.
Nice. I did a launch on those when they first came out, the new Camaros. And pull up just a little more. And you're good to go. A tight turn to the left there, right up between the blue cones. And we'll shift up 1. And we'll just head towards that first single green cone there. That's where we're going to start our turn. Then just kind of close to the apex and wait for the apex and then roll on the throttle. Let it roll through the turn, let it coast, keep turning, and right here, roll on the throttle, come up, and all the way to the orange cones on the left-hand side. The reason we go to the left, because that's where our next turning cone will be, so just green cone to green cone. Let it roll at that speed there, at the apex to the orange cones here on the right. There you go. Now just lift off the gas, kind of let it roll over the hill, and at these apex cones here, smooth on the throttle, and all the way up to the orange cones on the left. Cone before we make our turn, and tight to the apex. Now wait for the apex for your throttle, and accelerate orange cones on the right. Now just a little brake, just a little. Close to that apex, straight through to that single green cone. A little brake, and tight to the apex. That's a perfect driving line, that's great. Wait, now roll on the throttle. And release the brake, let it roll through the turn. Now that little pulse in you feels a little bit of the traction control. Brake, 1 downshift, and then close to the apex. Now wait, always wait for the apex before you throttle or it'll understeer on you. Green to green. There you go, smooth on the throttle, let it come to the middle, and then back. There you go. Apex. So far so good, you're doing alright. All the way to the orange cones on the right. Now just lift off the gas, kind of let it coast, accelerate through, and at the orange cones a little bit of brake. Perfect. Green to green, wait for the apex, and roll on the throttle. One more. And when you shift, just keep your foot on the gas. Brake, let it roll through the turn. Accelerate out. There you go. Doing awesome. A bit of brake, 1 downshift, and release the brake and start your turn. All the way to the orange cones. There you go. Green to green. Now smooth on the throttle and come to the center of the track. There you go. And release the brake, let it roll through the turn. Wait for the apex before you throttle, and throttle out. There you go, close to the apex, straight line, accelerate up. A little bit of brake, green to green, wait for the apex, throttle out. Sweet. When you shift, leave your foot on the throttle. You don't have to lift off when you shift. Okay, 1 downshift. Brake. I can tell you normally drive manual, huh?
I have before, yeah.
Okay. And brake. 1 downshift. A little more brake. There you go. Tight to the apex. Smooth on the throttle. Green to green. There you go. Unwind a little to the center as you throttle. There you go. And brake. Now release the brake. Let it roll through the turn. Now we got second there, so real smooth on the throttle as you come out. did fantastic, man.
Well, thank you.
No, that was awesome. For somebody that was a little nervous, a little excited, you nailed it. You did good. You raced back home?
Not really. I've done some karting, but never like they were just rental karts. On a
Well, I tell you what, the majority of my kart racers, they normally do a lot of this with the wheel.
Yeah.
You were super smooth with that. You nailed it. That was great.
Gran Turismo, that's about it. Forza.
Well, I'm impressed. You did very nice. If you do bad, I'm going to let you know that too.
Okay.
Now we're going to go all the way around the front of the tent here.
Now it auto downshifts whenever you get to a certain.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, when we're down to the 2,000 range, 1,500, it'll downshift, and we're gonna park just past the two here, right next to this last one. That was awesome.
Oh, thanks.
First guy of the day. Just it's a pleasure to have somebody that drove that smooth. Shifts were perfect. Stop right there. Click both shifters, and wheel all the way to the left for me till it stops. Outstanding. And again, happy birthday, and anything you want to say in your video there, or anybody you want to thank before I turn that off?
Thanks, Mom and Dad.
Very cool. All right, that was